Hello, people. It's me. It's Pete. I am back with another, I guess, triple A taste test. It's been 3 years, and I still haven't figured out quite how to actually title these AAA taste tests. So today I'm bringing you some Horizon Zero Dawn. So first of all, I'm just going to go out and hunt something, because that just sounds like a good way to start to show off the combat system. So this is an action-adventure game brought to you by Guerrilla Games, who have done many other good video games. You should look them up. I'd name their video games, but I'm not going to. So let's get this camera. Look at that, just floating around. Let's get this camera over here. Seems good. So you're playing Aloy. She is a young outcast turned brave. The kind of backstory of her is that she was born without a mother, apparently, and in her society that is very frowned upon. So she had one chance to join the Braves in something called the Proving. And the Proving is this big event where the younger of the Braves get to kind of test their mettle. Of course, you do well, but then some stuff goes down. I won't spoil it for you. And then she's kind of sent out to figure out what's going on in the world. Because the Braves do not leave their territory. It's kind of against their law. So she also, early in the game, finds this thing that's forbidden in Brave culture that allows her to kind of scan things. You can pick out weaknesses that you can see here. So, like, those canisters on that back are a weakness of that animal. You have a bow and arrow and a wide variety of other tools to take care of them. So I'm just going to lace a shot here, and these tend to be very skittish animals. So you can see that does a ton of damage because it's a precision bow. And you got a melee attack to kind of finish things off. And I can slow things down because of an ability I have. I was too much of a wuss to take the shot. So those things have abandoned. And then I will kind of scrap this thing I just hunted a little bit. So let's grab some of this extra stuff here. I know I'm a bit late on this. This game came out in February, but I'm playing it now and planning on reviewing it here in probably a couple weeks. So, probably gonna... So you gain these, you can pick flowers to fill your medical pouch, and you can pick, like, trees. Those give you stuff to make bows and arrows. And you got this little crafting menu here that allows you to kind of build stuff. I've upgraded the inventory a good bit. I'm going to make some shock wire packs. I'll show off the shock wire here because I think that's pretty cool. Shock wire will render something disabled. And you see it created a tripwire, or, oh, didn't quite create a tripwire. It hasn't seemed to run into the tripwire, and it's alerted everybody else, and this one's aggressive. So they'll rush you pretty quickly. And then you just finish that puppy off. And these guys are a bit more aggressive than the deer. So you can see I shot that one in the eye, because that one's weak in the eye. That one I missed. Oh. They do a good bit of damage for, like, an early level enemy. The game is not, like, exactly easy. It's got its challenges. Because a lot of the times you're going to run into a lot of enemies at once. And when you do, it tends to be pretty overwhelming.
Helpful.
Couldn't see what that was. You can't trip your own tripwire there. Let's see if we can draw this guy into it. Yep, there we go. And I got this critical hit ability from the skill tree. Allows me to kind of do some extra damage to a downed enemy. Grazers are pretty easy to hunt and give decent quality materials. Tend to not, if you get a pack of them, most of them tend to flee when you attack them. That's kind of how the combat works. Like you got a heavy attack that you can use. You got a light attack. You got your bows. So I have this kind of lighter bow that allows me to fire off rapid shots. See how quickly that one draws. Then I got a precision bow, which takes longer, but does a lot of damage, which is pretty rad. I've kind of fallen in love with the precision bow, and I'm kind of building an attack-heavy character. So this game does have a stealth element to it, which I can show you a little bit of. But I've always found that when you tend to take the stealth path in open world games, it makes the game a little bit it trivializes the combat system, like in a very striking way that I don't want to run into with this game, because I feel like the combat is really solid. So just to show you an example of like the crafting menu. Because crafting seems to be a pretty decently large part of this game, and what makes it cool. You have each weapon can have a coil placed into it. Once it's placed, it cannot be removed, but it can be replaced. So, like on my sharp shot bow, I've got a couple handling coils, or I got a handling coil and a tear coil. I've got a better handling coil now, so I'm probably going to equip that. Coils will just drop from enemies too. Then these are the only two outfits I currently have. You can build just straight up traps that you can just set, and these seem pretty beneficial when you're starting a fight, because it gives you an area to fall back to, and then the enemy will run into it. Then you've got kind of upgrades here for how much you can carry. I've upgraded most of these to the level I can right now, and it's nice to be able to increase your inventory size. It feels kind of arbitrary, but it makes sense that you'd have to build some new pouches to get more. And then your general inventory here, you get a bunch of resources from the world. And some resources, you see, the nice thing they did on the right side, and I like this a lot, and I wish more games would do this. It makes sense thematically, too. I'll explain why. On the right side, you see used for, and it'll say trading with merchants or selling for metal shards. Some of them just say selling for metal shards. So you don't end up doing that thing you do a lot in open world games, where you just hold on to an item because you're afraid you'll eventually need it. Now, I'm still slightly afraid that eventually I'm going to find that somebody's like, hey, could you bring me 100 of these? And hopefully I don't fall into the trap of needing to be a completionist with this game, although it's really good. These are boxes. You pick these up throughout the world. So, for example, this is a free sample box. They usually give you some resources, or fast travel pack. A fast travel pack lets you fast travel, and there's something you can craft, a resource, which is cool because then it makes you figure out how to get the resource to fast travel. You can't just fast travel constantly. Probably will be eventually, but so we get some resources out of all these. Let's just open them all. And usually the first time you run into any merchant, they'll give you a free sample box. Entice you to be a customer. You can also pick up these these items. You can pick up maps that show you different things, like metal flowers, ancient vessels, vantages, and I may show you a couple of those around the area. So, what else? I think that's about it. You got your potions, you know, resist shock, health, etc., etc. And of course, quest menu, of which I think I'm going to go do that one. I'm well overdue to do that one. And then you got your notebook with, you know, different things, logs and stuff. And I'll kind of, as we venture out and find some stuff that seems weird, I mean, I'm sure you're already a little bit weirded out by the fact that there's seemingly tribal people as well as a bunch of robot dinosaurs. But I'll explain why that's, like, really fascinating. So, oh, that Sawtooth definitely sees me. So, uh-oh. We got a blast bomb. That did not do much. Oh boy. You got a good dodge move too there. So they're getting shocked because they're in the water. Whew. Yeah. They can't just come out in the water whenever they want. So they're made of metal. You get it? Okay. So health kind of refills like on a percentage. Once you use enough, it stops. Which is cool. Oh, got it. Did a bit of damage there. And usually you can tell when you hit a weak point on an enemy. So I gotta kill these Sawtooths. That is my goal. Let's see if we can. So I can run in there with an electric trap making machine, and that doesn't electrocute me. This doesn't make any sense. I need to find an area to hide. So you also have, like, you can just throw a rock. Oop, wrong weapon. Oh, and you can also, like, okay, so I can, usually you can, like, track the, you can look at the track that they're walking on and see where they're going. So do I have any traps kind of built already? I don't know, like, I'm gonna use this to,
Out of traps already.
let's try to draw one of them out. This is gonna break their armor. Just Terror Blast Arrow. And do a little bit of damage. I'm trying to draw him out here. So he runs. Oh. Okay, now let's try to get... Yep. I need to switch... Oh. Switch to quicker bow. These guys are pretty tough. They have a tail a little bit. Gosh. I think they're weak to fire, if I remember correctly. I need to switch to a potion. This game is, yeah, it's not easy.
Oh boy.
Okay. Whew. That was much more intense than I expected it to be. Okay. I wonder if there's a vantage point I could get to. Oh. Okay, we're gonna play this a little bit smarter. Maybe not. Up. It's gonna blow up. Okay, that should take out that one. Should blow up. Now for you, my good friend. Get him with. Put some fire arrows in there. Catch him a little bit on fire. That was good. Where'd he go? Okay. Woo! Very good. That was fun. This game's freaking super rad. That was awesome and incredibly exciting. Ooh, a log. Okay. I think where's the... Isn't there a guy? I heard a guy say something. He said, is it safe to come out yet? I'm going in the right direction. Ooh. Sir. Got an ancient debris. Ancient debris typically gives you some resources and stuff. You can hear off in the distance. That's a watcher. They kind of give you a lay of the land when you climb to the top of them. I don't think they're hostile. But I've only climbed that one, so I haven't really learned what they are yet. Okay, we need to do more to explore the ruins. I wasn't doing it correctly. Yeah, so, like, after a fight like that, that took up a lot of resources. Like, I gotta craft some more packs, I gotta craft some more everything. So these arrows tend to be the cheapest thing I can craft. I've increased like nearly everything's like capacity, how many arrows I can carry, stuff like that. So usually we're gonna turn this on and it's saying go here. Hello.
Brave who was outcast. What are you doing here?
Your friend Den told me to come find you. Why are you up there?
The Sawtooth ripped our packs from us. Me. Us. Without weapons, this was the best we could manage. Thank you so much for destroying it. Now we can get home. One thing. You won't tell anyone you saw us here, will you?
I didn't. At least, not your friend. Need any help getting down?
We'll go back on our own. Don't take this the wrong way, but maybe we shouldn't be seen with you, or they might figure us out.
Okay, so I'll get some. I think I gotta travel back to Den. I'm gonna run it because I need resources. Most of the resources you can buy off merchants if you want, but it's probably more efficient to craft them all the time. I've found a lot of branches. I've been running out of healing stuff pretty quickly, just because I'm still not great at the game. Although that fight went way better that time than the first time, so kind of was able to corner one of them and take him out with a couple of trails. Whoops. Also, killing robots is always good, because they drop a wide variety of resources that you can use. They're all pretty good. So a lot of the time I'll just kill them if I see them. I shouldn't use precision bows on them though. So yeah, you can do a lot of just good crafty shooting with your bow. Darn. I want him to get away. So I haven't looked much into those things yet, but I will here eventually. So metal shards are kind of the currency in the game. I picked up some blaze, which helps make your like fire weapons. Tend to get a lot of blaze, so I never worry too much about it. And shocker is your how you make your electric weapons. Pretty obvious stuff, I think. I found I tend to be short on wire a lot of the time. Healing plants. Wire is usually used for most advanced weapons. So we'll run back and finish this quest, and then I think I'm trying to avoid main quests. There's also wildlife, which you need the resources from. What's that? Is that a strider? Okay, so I kind of want to show you guys this. So I have this ability that lets me whistle. It'll draw a strider over, and you can actually... certain creatures you can override, and it causes them to become friendly or start attacking enemies. I think you can advance your override to get more and more complicated enemies. Whoops. I forgot to complete it. But Striders, just so you know, you can ride them like a horse if you override them.
I dropped it.
Surprised there's just one Strider there. I just got some shock wax root that kind of makes your shock resistance stuff. Yeah, so let's go over to Mother's Heart. So, to talk a little bit about the fascination with the story that I have so far, and why I think it's really cool. Outside of like the tribe dynamics, which are interesting, like their rules for why people are outcasts, for how long they're outcasts, and the problems that creates are really interesting. But beyond that, it's like you have there's a kind of an underground of technology that you discover like, I don't know, 10 minutes into the game, full of just like the most advanced technology you could possibly imagine. And you find it, and you don't know what it is, and everybody seems to be confused by it. And not on top of that, like, you are forbidden from actually interacting with it. I think I just realized my screen's off center. Oops. Okay. There we go. Whoops. Oh well. You realize there's like a lot going on under the surface. Like, it almost seems like there was once a world here beyond everything else, and I think like this is an interesting thing. But of course, these people don't know why these dinosaurs are here. Like, they don't know that somebody created these, I guess, or why, or what they're doing here. Neither do you, and I think that's pretty cool. We gotta go talk to this guy.
You found your friends, you know where. They'll be back shortly.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. What a relief. You won't tell anyone, will you?
Relax. The matriarchs are up singing the Hymn of Atonement. I think you're safe.
You're right. The hymn atones for all of us. Thank you.
That's not what I meant, but okay.
And so she's not super religious because, you know, she was an outcast, so she doesn't feel a whole lot for that culture, what it means to all these people. So we just got a level. I think now is a good time to look at the skill tree. I'm level 13 now. So here's your skill tree. You have 3 branches, kind of very simple skill tree, which, you know, a lot of people get crazy complicated. If you ever want to see just 2 of the most fucked up skill trees in the world, you can look at Final Fantasy X, which is terrible, or Salt and Sanctuary, which is horrendous. But this one is very basic and very cool. So you got kind of your forager, which, you know, grants you bonuses to picking food, scavenging off of robots, and helps your override. You can like call your mount, and they just come running. You can mount them. So that's good. These are cool, and they cost a different amount. I currently have 2 skill points to spend. Not sure what I'm going to do it with, or if at all, because I might save it for one of these. So I'm going combat, so like I can do my critical hit, which has been really helpful and useful for me so far. Light spear attacks can, like, you know, knock armor off. I can use heavy weapons faster. I don't have any heavy weapons right now, and I have concentration, which I'm excited to get faster reload and concentration plus. Although right now I think I'm more focused on getting the scavenger stuff going and the crafting. So yeah, you get a bunch of cool abilities, and I might actually. I'll probably go with Scavenger Plus next. So yeah, I just got another treasure box too. Okay, it's fine. So people seem to just know who you are now at this point. So that's a main quest. I think I'll avoid that one. Let's do another quest though. Just to like so far the dialogue and the stories. The story has been really good. I've been really happy with it. I'm kind of surprised by it and how good it's been. So I haven't done a Cauldron. We could try that. So I'm not sure what that is, but or we could go check and get a new quest. So the green exclamation points mean there's quests available. So let's talk. Let's just do whatever he gives us.
Mother's crown could make use of your bow.
Unless it's boring.
Well, you are a brave
I don't tolerate boredom. I don't tolerate
Our stitchers
anything for the most part.
repairing cloaks and armor. There's good boar hunting to the east. past
That's
the
boring,
hills.
but
There's a machine out here now.
what kind of machine?
When I saw it, I dropped the hunt, ran for cover, knocked an arrow, but then I
No shame in living to fight another.
I also think it's interesting that like everybody speaks fluent English,
come loose. That was my
so I'm not sure if it's like post,
my mother's pride from a machine
America or
past.
You put that much trust in her.
just post society,
All that's
I
happening.
guess.
I need luck as much as the tribe needs those skins.
I'll see what I can find.
If you can help, you have my thanks. I'll be at the campfire when you come by again.
So that sounds kind of interesting because there's a there's a Sawtooth. Those are the enemies we just fought, so I'm probably not going to take care of that.
Oh, it's you. The outcast turned
Let's see what
seeker.
you've got for me.
I've heard you're good with bow and spear.
You know,
Some even say you're the best.
I will say there's a ton of just regular trappings for your open world games in this.
More important things to do.
I see. The seekers
So,
don't have time for us
if you
closer north.
if you're not looking for an open world game, then
Machines and marauders.
there's not much here for you.
Corrupted or danced with demons, but I have earned a few sons at the hunting grounds at Valley Meet. Have you?
This is hunting grounds.
Do you try to provoke everyone you talk to?
Only seekers with red hair and big red.
And how often do they come
I'll
around?
just skip through
You're
this.
if you do,
Consider it done.
So the hunting trials are kind of tests, almost like semi-tutorials that challenge you to do tasks like you have 2 minutes to kill this many of this enemy. Kill 3 enemies using nothing but dropping logs on top of them. And generally, I find that stuff incredibly uninteresting. So even
Down.
the first hunting trial, I was just like, yeah, whatever. If it's a basic one where I just have to kill something, I'll probably do it. I got him through the side there. That seemed unlikely, but I'll take it. This guy just not knowing what's going on. Hit him with a heavy attack. That's some decent loot. So even like those menial, kind of smaller engagements you have in situations like that tend to be satisfying because just like hitting a proper shot in this game just feels good. Like pulling back the bow and like letting it fly, you know it's going to hit its mark. You have a good idea where it's going. It just feels right. The whole thing just feels good. I filled up my medicine pouch. Probably about time to upgrade that. Wonder if I can do that. But this is one of those games where you're just gonna end up losing a lot of time in this. I don't think so. I don't think. Where's the medicine pouch? Oh well. It's just one of those games you'll sit down with for an hour, 2 hours, and you're gonna forget everything else. So killing boars is pretty valuable. They tend to give you, I don't know if I've said this, but they tend to give you the stuff that will help you upgrade your inventory. Oh, perfect. Oh, he knows I'm here. So I really like having that close range heavy attack that just, it's really destructive when you land a critical hit with that attack. It does a ton of damage and doesn't waste any resources and feels pretty darn good. So, needless to say, I'm a fan. What we got over there? It's a Strider. Striders are the non-dangerous possible horses. You know, they don't drop a ton, so I'm just going to ignore it. Continue towards the quest, because this has already run 36 minutes and could run forever, really. But so far, this game just gives me good belly feelings. So let's see. So, it looks like we're coming upon a little meadow area with a lot of, let's see, we got a scrapper. Yeah, we got some scrappers and some watchers. Those are pretty easy. They got very obvious weak points. Oh. Well, that did not work out so well. Okay. My heavy attack does a ton of damage. Don't trip on a wire. That's saved. That's for others. Nope, not you either. Ooh. Making me waste wires again. Yeah, so it's interesting they shoot lasers, if you couldn't tell. I felt like I missed there, but apparently did not. At least somebody used this darn thing. Thank you. I just wanted to use my trap wire. I didn't want to just leave it there, wasted. Gone forever for no reason. Oh, there's something happening up there. Oh god. Seems like they're killing bandits. You know what? Even if it's regular human beings, I don't care. I want nothing to do with this. Let's just take all the stuff and get out of here. Who cares? So this is a cauldron. Let's check this out. Hooah. Guess you can override it? So you have a distinct advantage from the other Nora because of your, what does she call it? I can't remember. Your thing on that, the side of your head. Like, it allows you to see things differently. It allows you to do this and see entrances and know what enemies are doing. Let's rappel down here. Okay. What's this? Ooh. Pretty good. I spent all my metal shards on items I'm not using, so So let's go into the deep. Looks like the inside of like a Reaper or something. Oh my. What secrets do you hold? Cover from what? Ooh, a watcher. Simple enough. Wait, am I using? Yeah, I'm using regular arrows. Just wanted to make sure. Back up on some medicine. Alright. What's that? Ooh, weird. Okay. Looks kind of like a robot. It looks like a Gundam from this angle, but I think it's just part of the wall. Very triangular architecture. Can I kill a rat? Awesome. Plus 15 experience, guys. Hell yeah. Just beat a rat to death with your spear. Okay. Kind of back outside now. Maybe there's more. Something over here. Doesn't look like there's anything up there, so I think this is like the introductory Cauldron. It's very well designed. I would just hope they don't like skimp on the later design for this thing. Okay. This looks pretty ominous in here. What's that? Network uplink. Sure. Okay. That's cool looking. I don't think that's a necessary mechanic, but sometimes I suppose you just put cool looking stuff in your game. And you just say, yeah, sure, let's have him hit a button and see that cool thing we designed. It's kind of creepy. It's got like a kind of Dead Space feel to it. Okay. What is at the end of this? What is a cauldron? Sure.
Might regret this. True. Machines are built in these things. But why?
Is this really not a main quest? Am I going in a circle? Which I jumped off a while ago. I'm unclear. I thought this would just end.
I've gone as far as this thing will take me.
Where am I now? Oh. Somewhere. Don't alert your friends. You idiot. She can craft so fast. Build 12 arrows in a second. Whoop. I'm off with my side eye shots today. Look this way. Come on, boy. There we go. Oh! Oh! Oh, I thought that was an insta-death for sure. Just a lot of health, no good reason. Climb this. Yep. Okay. Whoop. How to get where I need to go. The Pete Nashio story. Nope. That's not the way. This feels a little bit arbitrary, but I just jump on this. Sure. Seems like a lot of space to explore for a small side mission. I feel like this is intended as some kind of main mission. Like, you're gonna want to see the first Cauldron, I suppose. So you're definitely gonna go. Also, they make the level requirement on this pretty low, it seems like. It's probably for a reason. Ooh, what's that? Shell walker. I wonder how those things are. Oh man, pretty cool. Maybe I shouldn't have fucked with that thing. Oh really? I thought I trapped it. Gotta kill the other guys first. Just casually pick up some resources. Man, he takes shock pretty well. Oh! Take a quick health potion. Darn. Okay, learn a lesson. Do not screw with this guy. Man, hope he had something good. Ooh. He did not. learned the lesson. Mess with those guys and waste a ton of resources. Okay. Let's keep moving. Maybe those guys are hostile though. That's possible. Oh, what's this? Well, that's pretty cool. Guys, got something to tell you. There will be spoilers in this episode. For those of you who want to avoid spoilers, try turning it off now. You might see something that you don't want to see. Just taking a guess. You probably already did. I'm sorry. Guys, I am so sorry. I intend everything I do to constantly be spoiler free. I intended to just run around and pick flowers. I ended up wandering into this temple of metal, and now I am literally ruining the game for most of you. So, whoops. I'm getting so many resources though, so I'm a little bit less apologetic. Ooh, yeah, ziplining. Mobility in this game is pretty weak. Just as a side note, I mean, you got good, you can dodge. You got a wide variety of attacks. You can climb when there's stuff to hold. It's just like, let's say you came from Zelda, where literally everything all the time is something that you could climb or move to. This game does not do that. And I'm sorry. I know you're upset. Okay. Getting there. Let's go. Dude, this has been a killer haul for me, personally. Loving the amount of items I've gotten, the amount of things I've spoiled, and just the time I've had alone, hypothetically, with you, if you are one of the 2 people who are watching this right now. And have survived 54 minutes. Where am I? What is this place?
It looks like that machine carries fluid. This is all machines are
Okay. Building that machine there. Am I gonna have to fight that thing? Oh. Oh, there's a watcher. A couple watchers.
Oh boy.
What? That's some weak stuff right there, girl. Man, that thing looks hecka dangerous. I don't want to fight it. Oh, got some health drain there. That's nice. This looks like a boss arena, though. Just hypothetically, I'm not saying it's definitely a boss arena. There's definitely a lot of stuff happening in here, though. Not gonna work on that front. And you can't like scum save like you can in Oblivion or any number of other games. That's just not an option. Is there something else? It's got a lot of weaknesses. I don't know how to go about fighting it, if at all. Does not seem climbable. There's got to be something somewhere. Oh. You can climb up here, apparently. Sure. I don't want to do this, but I'm going to do this. Okay. So that shock works for a while. Can I build more? That's good. I should fill up on my arrows real quick. What does he have? What is he weak to? Looks like precision. Oh, God. Okay. No. Oh. Oh, boy. Oh. That's cool. That's very cool. Oh, you're so cool, man. Hit the underbelly. Too early, Pete. Come here, boy. Busted his armor. Oh no. What? Oh. Everything's on fire. Taking a lot of damage. How are you not dead? Nah, he's dead now. Well, what's our reward? That was fun. He was pretty easy. I think that's a solid first boss, I guess, to face. What is this? Sucking the juice out of it.
Information of a different shape.
Ooh, we get some override powers. And 4,000 experience points. And a trophy for first core overridden. Okay, so that's a Cauldron, I guess. And we got that level. So I can now override grazers. I don't think you can see that. Most of the main animals. Sawtooths. That's super rad. So I got enough skill points now to get the final level of Scavenger. Now I can scavenge the most out of my enemies. I'm actually going to speed up my medicine pouch too. So super cool. Yeah, if you have a PS4, I think this is something that you should probably be playing because it's just freaking a blast all the time, every time. Man, that was really great. And after I end this and get some food, because I forgot to eat, I'm probably going to keep playing. So, hey, thank you for being here, if you stayed till the end. As always, you can catch me talking about this in detail at Mandate Radio. And once again, you can see the review over at Basic Reviews probably a couple weeks from today. Actually, a couple weeks from this following Sunday. So yeah, hey guys, it was a blast. I will catch you next time for another AAA taste test. Goodbye.